Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. You there?
I absolutely am. I'm excited.
Wonderful. It is I, Vid, and it is my friend from beyond the camera, Oath.
How's it going? It's nice to be back on the cast.
And we are here to bring you some platinum capped game of the week action. Uh, these are, well, they're interesting games to be sure. Oh, there we go. Thought we didn't have game sound for a second, but we've got Pootie Tang Gang versus Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, this is one of the matches of the week that I was actually super excited to go ahead and watch. You want to go ahead and introduce the teams before they get to invading each other?
Yeah, let's do it. So we got the blue side. We've got the Pootie Tang Gang. Tank players Lol in the top lane on Gangplank. Farjad in the jungle on Olaf. Exasai in the mid lane on Vigar, but Return of the Middle Sticks looking for an early engage. The flash forward by Black Salt is actually going to mean that Return of the Middle Sticks is gonna get first blood. Dr. Wildy picks it up on a failed flash by Farjad.
A really nice capitalization there of the slightly aggressive movement coming out from the side of Pootie Tang Gang.
And that is, yeah, unfortunately, off of a failed flash by Olaf is going to be how they pick that up. But what was I saying? The mid lane, Exasai as Vigar, and our bot lane, Dirty Audacity and Dr. Siggy Wiggy playing Misfortune and Nautilus.
We'll see Return of the Middle Sticks take some aggressive movements, just get a ward down on Raptor Camp. We'll go ahead and introduce them. Liposuction lane up in the top lane on Mordekaiser, Dr. Wildy in the jungle on Trundle, Winged Nation in the mid lane piloting Echo, and Otso and Black Salt in the bot lane on Ezreal and Braum.
So this is, well, obviously, Dr. Wildy is going to be a little bit further ahead than Farjad this early since he's got the extra kill and his flash.
Yeah, the real only upside for Farjad is that he died so early that he doesn't get set back on camp timing. Only the gold given over to Dr. Wildy and the bonus experience.
And now they know that Black Salt doesn't have his flash, so this should be an easy pickup. Dirty Audacity gonna take that one for Pootie Tang Gang.
That was actually really well done by Farjad. He knows that there is no flash on Black Salt, so he just instantly ganks bot at level 2 as soon as he takes his first buff. Olaf, not super well known for the level 2 gank, but when you're a melee support with no flash, you don't really have that many options.
And when Dr. Siggy Wiggy is going to leave nothing to chance and just immediately flashes forward for the dredge line, that's really, well, you know, good pickup there because obviously it's worth it to use summoners for early kills like that. But right now, they've evened it up, basically, although that is a big wave in the bot lane.
Yeah, it definitely is. It'll be not too difficult for Otso to pick that up under tower once it does reach him, but it does set the bot lane of Return of the Middle Sticks behind significantly. And now there's an invade from Dr. Wildy. I think Farjad actually was able to pick up his buff there.
Farjad did, in fact, pick it up, got it with the smite, luckily for him, because if he were down a flash and got 3 buffed as well, but Dr. Wildy is looking for a fight. He's level 3 to Farjad's level 2. The smite going to come out for a little bit of extra healing, but it's not going to be enough. Wildy with another kill.
Yeah, Dr. Wildy knows Farjad is level 2 still. Even though he was able to pick up the blue buff, he knows he's going to go straight to Gromp because it's the only camp that he's likely to move to in that quick succession. So he's able to just re-invade there, pick up an easy kill for himself.
Early smart jungling by Farjad to capitalize on a loss of flash in the bot lane, and then smart jungling in return by Dr. Wildy, knowing that because of that, Farjad could not be at level 3 yet, so that is going to net another kill for Return of the Middle Sticks. By the way, thank you, Jack Loves Lamp, for your 30-month subscription, and that is a 30-month streak as well, so congratulations on over a year. Dr. Wildy now going to have to flash. Dirty Audacity following with the flash. Oh, Otso, he gets betrayed. Dr. Wildy is the double up target.
Now that is tragic.
That is absolutely tragic.
Notably, or Dirty Audacity rather, did end up using both summoners to pick that up, but the bot lane of Return of Middle Sticks is just not having the best 5 minutes of their lives.
Yeah, with a 15 CS deficit and they're down 2 kills on Dirty Audacity, Otso had to use his teleport to get back to lane, and that's not something that you necessarily want to use this early into the game.
Now, the silver lining for Return of the Middle Sticks is that Ezreal, once he gets the 2-item spike, it doesn't matter quite as much how far down he is, as long as he's able to convert into the Muramana around the same time that he gets his Triforce, he still should be on par.
And luckily for Otso, Dr. Wildey is also going to be doing a fair amount of physical damage just because he's now 2-0, and, well, he's Trundle.
Yeah, right, exactly. And the pillar is, as I have learned recently on my gold cap games, a much more versatile tool than I thought it was originally.
We always used to have to ban Trundle because it didn't matter whether he was good or bad. We just had no earthly idea how to play against him and how to play against the pillar.
Yeah, I've recently started trying to get our top laner to play more of it, or our jungler to play more of it, just because Ornn is so popular on 10.4 and you can pillar him out of the ult activation.
You can pillar him out of ult, you can steal all of those bonus resistances. A lot of things that Trundle does that Ornn does not like, but we do see a group in the bot lane. Black Salt gonna go on to Dirty Audacity, maybe a little bit early, but that's going to be Dr. Siggy Wiggy missing the dredge line, and now Dirty Audacity with no summoners is going to be taken back to the fountain. A kill for Wing Nation.
Yeah, Wing Nation does pull off a successful roam there, coupling up with Dr. Wildey. They do have priority on the dragon because of that. I wonder if they just started up with the foreman. It looks like that's the plan.
And they did see Farjad show his face under that turret to pick up a little more CS, so this one should be actually not quite an easy secure. Farjad has Smite and Flash, but he doesn't know that Dr. Wildey is smiteless.
Yeah, it could have been in favor of Farjad had he decided to go for that play, but he is a level down, so maybe if he assumed that Dr. Wildey had Smite up, he wasn't willing to risk it. Yeah. He does die for that play 100%, so...
Oh yeah, if he goes in, he's dead, but if he had known that Dr. Wildey didn't have Smite, maybe that could have gone a little bit better for Pootie Tang Gang picking up a Cloud Drake in return for those kills, but alas, that is not to be.
No notable CS discrepancies with the exception of the top lane. Otso doing a fairly good job of catching back up. He is still down about 11, but once he gets back to the lane is able to pick up this building wave. I've actually done a lane swap up to the top lane for, I assume, Rift Herald priority.
This is something that I really like to see from, well, you know, since we've seen it so much from LCS teams, I've hoped that GRLCS teams would pick this up, and it seems that Return to the Middle Sticks is doing that. They've got that 8-minute Rift Herald pressure with the bot lane having rotated to the top, and I'm looking forward, well, I mean, I just like seeing it because it's a play that not many people focus around, but it's just a smart and pretty safe play.
Yeah, it gives you almost automatic priority on Rift Herald, and with the Season 10 changes to Rift Herald, how it can't really be interrupted anymore, it's a lot more versatile and it spawns so much earlier, it's really easy to get early game advantage.
And now we do have an engage, but Farjad is immediately going to get burned down. Dr. Wildey going to follow as tank players lull flashes in. Dirty Audacity going to go down as well. Black Salt is going to get stunned by the Vigar, but Exasai, ooh, he does take the kill onto that Braum. But so far it's a 2 for 2. Now Wing Nation chasing down the flash forward, the pull back in. Liposuction Lane going to get a lot of damage off. Otso on a killing spree. He picks up all 3 of those kills.
What a fantastic turn of events for Return of the Middle Sticks. They're able to pick up the Rift Herald before the real fight even starts, and I think Farjad was going for the Rift Herald by jumping in as aggressively as he did. He ends up going down first in the fight, and then the numbers advantage is so far in Return of the Middle Sticks' favor that they just kind of roll over the rest of the members of Pootie Tang Gang.
They do lose Dr. Wildey and Black Salt in the process, but it is a sacrifice they are willing to make because that is going to get them a Rift Herald, a kill advantage, and now a 500 gold lead.
Yeah, and notably, all kills going to Otso is so fantastic. He suffered a lot of setbacks in the early game. That amount of gold going into his pocket is really going to help his item rotation.
And you see, he is almost back. He's almost at the full Muramana, so he will be able to start that stacking probably on his next back. Actually, this is such a big wave that it might be fairly soon. Yeah, he's got about, what, is it a 800 gold combined cost or a 500 gold combined cost?
I want to say it's 800 or 750, but I do not play enough ADC to be able to tell you that. But no, regardless, he is definitely closer to it than maybe the members of Pootie Tang Gang would like.
And now Dr. Wildey's here. Farjad might be in a little bit of trouble, has the Ragnarok. He is going to have to flash away. And now the teleport committed by tank players lol. Luckily for Return of the Middle Sticks, they do get those turret plate golds. And Wing Nation pulled back in by Siggy Wiggy. He has the ultimate available. He is going to get it off, has the flash, gonna go not over the wall, just into the jungle. He is going to keep trying to run, but that's 4 members of Return to the Middle Sticks, or 4 members of Pootie Tang Gang, rather, that are standing between him and life. He goes down to the gangplank.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was actually on the other side when the Tribrush push happened from Pootie Tang Gang, effectively cutting off his escape route to the rest of his team, and they had called off the fight because the teleport came in from tank players lol. So now the inside track on mid lane means a lot of plates going over.
And Liposuction lane, I believe, doesn't even get a plate. Wow, now the teleport from Wing Nation coming in, possibly just to get back into that lane a little bit faster.
Yeah, wants to catch that wave, wants to make sure that Dr. Wildey isn't aggressed on any further. You've got the dragon coming up as well that he definitely needed to be here for.
And with the dragon coming up, it's a mountain, which means we're either getting Infernal or Ocean Rift. And we see a little bit of positioning here as the side of Pootie Tang Gang looks to try and deny some vision from Return to the Middle Sticks.
Getting the control around Dragon. Looks like they're just going to start it up, but Wayne is still pushing mid, and Liposuction's walking down through river. It looks like this is something that Return of Middle Sticks wants to fight.
Could be a full 5v5. The waves are, the wave in the bot lane is against Return of the Middle Sticks. Dr. Wildey is going to get engaged on, uses the subjugate immediately. The Braum Shield is going to hold a lot of damage from that bullet time, but Dr. Wildey has to flash away from Farjad still. Now tank players low in the Death Realm, not for long as he uses the orange. Dr. Siggy Wiggy flashes forward. He's not going to find anything, and now Wing Nation is threatening on the backside. He has the Chrono Break available. Dirty Audacity is manaless, but now Wing Nation might be in trouble. No, he's not. He's going to Chrono Break. Gets the depth charge. And
looks like this might actually just fizzle out a little bit. They did send Farjad back to the fountain, so he will be running back out, and this dragon fight will probably just reset.
They traded 1-for-1 support for jungler, but crucially, Dr. Wildey really had no health left at the end of that fight, so he couldn't continue. And now Wing Nation is just trying to threaten onto the ADC of Pootie Tang Gang.
Yeah, with no mana and half health, Dirty Audacity's also going to have to reset, which means there's a slight window for Return of the Middle Sticks to get Dragon priority, but I don't know if they're in position for it quite yet.
They could try to bait it or possibly rush it here. There is vision around the pit, but not in. Now there is vision inside the pit. Black Salt going to move forward to try and threaten that, but Exocai going to get some chip damage off. Farjad has... Oh! Does not get the steal, and it is going to be Infernal Rift.
Oh, I love seeing Infernal Rift, especially with mid laners who want to roam. There's so many more approach options into the jungle with the walls missing.
And there's a lot of damage potential for an Infernal Soul for people like Gangplank, with the barrels or Ezreal just firing pot shots left and right. I am I mean, this is gonna, with a 2-0 Dragon lead, Return to the Middle Sticks is going to try and push the envelope here because they don't want to let Pootie Gang get back into this objective game.
Yeah, primarily for burst champions like Echo, and possibly the best Dragon Soul for Ezreal with his range and insanely low cooldowns. They definitely want to prioritize that. They've already picked up 2 of the 4 that they would need. That's 100% going to be a higher priority for them than possibly the Baron, even if it does come down to a first Baron scenario versus Soul.
But speaking of Barons, in its place is the Rift Herald. Second Rift Herald, I forget what her name is. Oh, Heraldine is up, but it looks like not for long because that is going to be Pootie Gang taking it down. Dr. Wildy is in the middle of a bad situation. He's going to go very low. Farjad goes very low, but he is not going to die. Wing Nation is going to change that as he takes the kill. Now Liposuction Lane chasing down Siggy Wiggy. Otso on the side, he has the poke damage, does not have the True Shot Barrage. Liposuction Lane going to go kind of low, but he is going to get the kill onto Siggy Wiggy. Now, double knockup by Black Salt. Tank Player's Law is on the run, but he's got the Braum passive ticking on him. One more auto attack will do it, and he gets shut down by Black Salt. It's a 3 for 2, but the Herald goes into the pocket of Pootie Gang.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup on the 3 Braum passive from the Q from Otso. Otso wasn't able to join that fight as quickly as maybe he wanted to, but once he did arrive, they were able to chase down a couple of members. Some decent trades on both sides. The Rift Herald does go over to Pootie Gang, but they lose their top tower.
And that is first turret, so that is the first tower blood gold going over to Return of the Middle Sticks. It is going to put them at about a 1,500 gold lead, not to mention the extra stats and benefits from the dragons that they have.
And with no objectives on the map, the lane assignments should be fairly easy for both sides. They just want to clear lanes, keep their vision line where they want it, and look for anybody getting disrespectful.
Oh, Farjad misses the cannon minion, but Liposuction Lane does get some solo pushing time here. That tower is still fairly healthy there in the bot lane, but Liposuction Lane can change that quickly, because he can probably 1v1 pretty much anyone on the enemy team right now, except maybe Tank Player's Lull.
Yeah, it would be kind of difficult to chase down that Gangplank, but he is definitely in a very strong place right now. And with the dragon coming up here in a minute and a half, looks like most of the vision priority favors Pootie Gang. There isn't a single red ward on the bot side save for a defensive one in their Tri-Brush.
Yeah, Pootie Gang seems to have the vision game on lock compared to what Return of the Middle Sticks is sporting, which really isn't much. But Dr. Siggy Wiggy might be in trouble, definitely in trouble. He's going to go down. Otso is unstoppable. 5-1-1 here on that Ezreal.
Yeah, that was kind of confusing from the side of Dr. Siggy Wiggy. He gets hit with the Braum passive, takes 2 auto attacks for free from Otso into a Q, and before really trying to back off necessarily.
And I think also pretty importantly, he dies with his flash up, which not necessarily a horrible thing to save considering the dragon is still coming up in 30 seconds, but you know, maybe baiting something out from the other team, it's definitely worth it to try and get someone else's flash in return for yours as a support.
Yeah, if more significant cooldowns had been used, then maybe he would have felt comfortable using the flash, but since he pretty much died for free for basic spell rotations, I don't know if it was necessarily a good idea for him to flash there.
We do see 3 members of Pootie Gang moving into that bush, but getting spotted out by the Scryer's Bloom. So now, vision control continues. Dr. Siggy Wiggy pops his red trinket again, and now Return of the Middle Sticks are on the back foot. 4,000 health on the dragon. The flash forward by Dr. Siggy He's going to use that for good use. Exocide gets the kill, and Liposuction Lane cannot keep Olaf inside the Death Realm. It is going to mean a... Oh, here's the Death Realm, actually. And Olaf is not going to live for much longer against Liposuction Lane. Oh, he does live for much longer, but he still dies. It is a 2-for-1. Pootie Tang Gang cleans up there. They get themselves their first dragon of the game and 2 kills.
I've always found it really awkward being the 4 members who are not in the Death Realm, just kind of standing there waiting for the 1v1 to end.
You're the cat chasing the laser pointer. You're like, where are they going to come out? Where are they going to come out? Where are they going to come out? Because you don't really know how long it's going to last, because you also don't know who's winning the 1v1.
Exactly, and it is really difficult to duel Mordekaiser as basically any character in the Death Realm, but definitely an Olaf who hasn't finished an item past his jungle upgrade, so not surprising that he loses there. Was kind of surprising that Farjad lasted that long, to be honest.
Yeah, that Olaf healing really does take you by surprise a lot of the time. Especially since he hadn't finished that Black Cleaver. You wouldn't have thought that he would have lived quite as long as he did, but Liposuction still managed to pull it out in the end.
A little bit surprising itemization here for the side of Exocide. Normally you see the Vigar who takes Glacial Augment not go for the early scaling item in Roa. Typically it's just the 2 activatables off the bat to make use of that keystone.
Super Soaker and Spooky Ghosts, otherwise known as Hextech GLP and Twin Shadows, are what we usually see on the Glacial Augment Vigar. And I'm surprised... Well, he ends up going for the Twin Shadows.
Twin Shadows comes in now. I actually don't dislike this decision that he's made. The extra health will help him survive against the poke coming out from Otso, and the amount of scaling Vigar has innately built into his kit really complements the fact that you can take Roa, you can take Seraph's has kind of fallen out of popularity, but it at one point was staple.
I'm always a fan of the Vigar that ends up just building 2 full tank items and still having more AP than everyone else. Because, you know, he can do that with all of his infinite scaling.
Yeah, I've always was a fan of Dead Man's Plate Vigar, where he just slows you without Glacial Augment. You get to take another Keystone. He just auto-slows you into his combo.
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen anymore, since the slow is only for melee champions. Boo.
Boo. Riot, ruining all of my fun builds.
Ruining all of the cheesy little builds that all of us like to pick up. But right now, 22 minutes here, no one has really looked toward Baron more than just putting a ward or 2 on it, and Return of the Middlestick still sitting at about 1,000 gold lead. They are still ahead in Dragons, but only by 1 now.
Dirty Audacity just going to pop the bullet time, finish that mid-wave off. The only real objective on the map right now is the Baron up on the top side of the river, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of movement towards it. Return of the Middlestick's going to place some vision here, take that Scuttle Crab, but it doesn't seem to be a high priority on either of the team's list right now.
I don't think anyone's really equipped to handle a dragon right now, aside from, you know, maybe a clean ace. So I don't think there's no hope of burning it right now. Even though Otso is strong, he doesn't have that kind of shredding DPS that a lot of other AD carries have, such as Aphelios or Xayah.
Yeah, and on that note, neither really is misfortune. Both teams kind of lacking in the Baron taking department, with the exception of maybe Trundle and Vigar to an extent. Vigar needs a couple more items, but other than that, it isn't really the burn down an objective comp for either team, really.
They seem much more suited for fighting here, so let's see, with 20 seconds left on this second Infernal Drake, let's see if we get to see one of these fights. It is we can push it to Soul Point for Return of the Middle Sticks, or alternatively, Pootie Tang Gang could even up the Drake score and get this game much closer. So let's see if anyone gets caught. Dr. Siggy Wiggy eating a Mystic Shot. But Wing Nation now drawing attention. Back away. Dr. Siggy Wiggy takes a lot of damage here. The ultimate comes out. The Cannon Barrage. Tank player's low. Now caught into the middle. He's going to go down. Otso dominating. And now Farjad has to flash away, but he's going to still trade his life. Otso zoning away as Return of the Middle Sticks brings it to Soul Point here at 24.5 minutes.
I don't think Tank Players LoL really expected to end up that close to the entire Return of the Middle Sticks lineup. It does burn Flash along with Farjad and Exocai, and Farjad and himself go down in the process.
But let's see if they can find some kind of pick back here. Black Salt on the run. He uses the Blast Cone to get away. Exocai is slowed, but Dirty Audacity has the strut. Now, Dr. Wildy may have stepped too far. He is going to go down. Siggy Wiggy with the kill. Dirty Audacity runs down the Braum, and now Return of the Middle Sticks has to back away from the Baron they were trying to sneak.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication on the side of Return of the Middle Sticks. 3 members head to Baron, 2 get caught around mid and river. And now Wing Nation engaging onto Exocai, but he's on the wrong side of this engagement. He's going to drop to Dirty Audacity, and now Baron's in favor of Pootie Tang Gang.
That one final unexpected crit by Misfortune, it meant that Wing Nation didn't even get to use the Chrono Break. He thought that he had one more auto left. And now the Baron is going to go over for free for Pootie Tang Gang. Actually, better than free. They were handed 3 kills alongside it.
Yes, that's what we refer to in the industry as the silver platter method. Here, you want this? Have 900 gold along with the extra 300 and Baron buff that you get. So we'll see what they can put together on this Baron power play for themselves. Going to clear up some jungle, reset. Return of the Middle Sticks actually taking the opportunity to just grab mid tower for free.
Return of the Middle Sticks does get that final outer tower. Now only inners remaining. Yeah, we in the industry do like to call that the silver platter method. Some of us, the cynics among us, do call it the check your bank account method.
I'm a big fan of that one as well.
Don't make it look too obvious.
Right, exactly. Most of the vision is still in the river area. Neither team really pushing their vision line. We'll see if that starts to move up for Pootie Tang Gang along with this Baron push that they're putting together for themselves.
And it seems like a lot of that vision on the side of Return of the Middle Sticks, aside from the Dragon vision that's just left over from that fight, is red side defensive vision. They want to make sure that if Pootie Tang Gang is going for that top outer turret that's remaining and then trying to rotate through the jungle, Return of the Middle Sticks will know exactly where they are.
Yeah, so we don't get caught by the Fnatic Death Push method here.
That is
not until all vision has dropped from the area.
Yeah, that is amateur hour. That's some season 2 stuff. Yet people still get caught. Tank player's Lowell finds himself an Echo. He is going to hit him with one little parlay before backing off.
And for the most part, it doesn't seem like Pootie Tang Gang has really been able to put together an effective split push or force with this Baron buff. They seem content to just farm it out, taking staggered resets, eating up a lot of the clock on this Baron, using it primarily to make sure that Return of the Middle Sticks cannot be proactive while it's in effect.
About 40 seconds left on this Baron buff, and as you said, they're not really using it for any kind of push. In fact, they're down in turrets since they got the Baron buff. They lost that mid tower, and they haven't managed to pick anything up on their own. I'm sure a lot of that is due to the fact that Tank Player's Lull doesn't have his teleport where Liposuction Lane does, so trying to set up a split push in that top lane might be a little problematic for Pootie Tang Gang.
Yeah, the teleport's still 1-to-1, but the superior dueling prowess of Mordekaiser over the teleport being in Exocai's hands means that it's a little difficult to split yourselves up, especially with the pick potential coming out from Echo, pillar, Braum passive. It's not a fun time to be running around in the jungle unless you're grouped up.
And speaking of running around in the jungle, it looks like Pootie Gang is trying to find something here for themselves before the dragon comes up. This is Soul Point for Return of the Middlesticks, so they have a little bit of wiggle room to play with, but they would love to get this, bring themselves back into the lead in this game.
Yeah, it would be really helpful for them to pick this up, as we mentioned, one of the best souls in general, but also just one of the best souls for their team comp specifically.
Oh,
Both
but
squads want this.
Otso takes a lot of damage on the front end. Tank player's low finds a really good barrel. Now, half health is the dragon. That's going to come in. Dr. Wildy does not get it! It's a steal for Return to the Middlesticks, and now the fight is going all over the place. Pootie Gang is starting to melt. Fardra, tank player's low, are already down. Dirty Audacity is going to follow. Dr. Siggy Wiggy is the fourth. Exercise on the run, but Otso's chasing. He's got the Infernal Soul, and one more auto attack should do it, but Otso is very low. Exercise trying to find what he can, but that is the shutdown. An ace, a clean ace for Return to the Middlesticks.
Very emphatic play coming in from Return of the Middlesticks. Not only do they pick up the Infernal Soul, they get a clean ace on the fight afterwards, and they're running it down mid.
And that was a Wing Nation steal. Dr. Wildy couldn't get into the pit with the smite, so Wing Nation just managed to get it by the skin of his teeth, and now Return of the Middlesticks get this inhibitor because only Farjad is up.
Yeah, Farjad definitely not in a position to contest the mid inhib, but they will back off afterwards, grab the top inner tower, reset, and decide what they want to do with all of this gold in their pockets.
I think what they want to do is back off, buy some more items, finish that Zanya's for liposuction lane, and possibly go for the Baron that's coming up in about 40 seconds now.
Definitely going to be the next major point of contention. They will be moving into Pootie Gang's vision, able to set that up during the recall timers of Return of the Middlesticks.
Now, Pootie Gang is going for that sneaky Fnatic Death Bush. They have vision in this side. They've cleared out everything else. Return of the Middlesticks has no way of knowing where they are, aside from on the top side of the map. So let's see if they find anything. 4 members are just sitting there, and Gangplank might be trying to bait, but Dr. Wildy looks like he's going to get himself caught. No, the flash forward is onto Oath instead. He's knocked up, taken down. That is a shutdown for the Nautilus. Dr. Wildy sure to follow. It's 2 for the Pootie Gang.
You hate to see that. That's just disrespectful play from coming out from Otso and Wildy. You know that none of the members of Pootie Gang are on the map, and you don't have confirmed vision in the top side of your own jungle. They're either on the Baron or they're waiting to kill you. Neither are really risks you can take.
And that is going to be the second Baron of the game going over to the Pootie Gang. And Return of the Middlesticks cannot find anything in return.
Yeah, they cannot pick up anything. The only major push or wave that they had in their favor was the inhib down in mid, and they aren't able to pick anything up off of the backside.
So now 10, 2, and 3 for Otso. He just had his second death of the game after picking up 10 uninterrupted kills. So he still has a 400 gold bounty on him, but this game just got a hell of a lot closer for the Pootie Gang.
Yes, and now that they do have both of the teleports up, let's see if they are more willing to set up a more dedicated push in multiple lanes. That was one of the reasons we highlighted that they weren't able to do much with the last Baron power play they were able to secure for themselves.
Speaking of the Baron power play, I wasn't paying attention to the gold, but I'm sure that it is, actually no, they haven't gotten anything yet. Again, just like the last time, they have set up this kind of threat and the push, but now it looks like they are going to actually take something and force this down while liposuction lane is still in the bot lane.
Yeah, the gold was, before that tower going down, perfectly even for the first time since Return of the Middle Sticks took the lead in the game and the gold graph, and we'll see if they're capable of picking up any of the other remaining towers on the map.
They did crack that mid open, which makes it a lot easier to rotate top and bot, but they do just back off since neither wave is in their favor. And now Wing Nation, trying to find the Olaf, is going to force out the Ragnarok. Wow, Otso, half health Dirty Audacity.
Disgusting damage coming out there onto Dirty Audacity. Wasn't quite able to get behind her Nautilus in time.
She is going to heal up, however. Get a lot of bit of health back off of that red buff. So now Wing Nation, it looks like Return of the Middle Sticks is just content to sit, farm out a little bit, and only lose this one turret. Again, 30 more seconds on the Baron buff for Pootie Tang Gang, and they you missed the cannon there.
It's okay, Wing. Nobody saw it. It's only saved for posterity on Twitch.
And YouTube. YouTube will never go away. Twitch deletes itself in 90 days. All right.
The next point of contention will be around the Elder Dragon. The soul, as we mentioned, already picked up for Return of the Middle Sticks, so the Elder Dragon would be really nice to add on top of that, even more upfront damage for them.
Teleport does come out for Exercise. He's gonna get that. Dr. Wildy running forward, but I don't think he can afford to stand in this entire bullet time, but that's gonna be a two-man stun. Wing Nation gets a really good stun. Goes back with the Chrono Break. Now Otso is knocked up. Dr. Siggy chasing, and Farjad takes down Black Salt. Liposuction Lane trying to kill Dirty Audacity, but he's not going to be able to finish it off. It's a 3-for-0. Pootie Tang Gang manages to survive there, and now it looks like this is going to be their Elder Drake to take. My, how the tables have turned.
Yeah, the superior scaling on the side of Pootie Tang Gangs, combined with the fact that they were really split off.
And Otso gets breathed on by Dirty Audacity.
That is unfortunate. Otso not able to rotate out of danger fast enough. And I don't see anything stopping Pootie Tang Gang from just ending the game here.
Yeah, Black Salt in 3 seconds, I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. With Dr. Siggy Wiggy tanking, the minions aren't even going to be a problem either. It's a last-ditch effort. Black Salt going to do what he can, but what he can is not anything at all. Exercise on a rampage. That's going to be Dr. Wildy going down before the Nexus falls in favor of Pootie Tang Gang.
Now, Wing Nation able to pad his stats, pick up a kill at the end, but the game goes over to Pootie Tang Gang. Really good job from them sticking to their guns. They knew that they had the scaling coming out from Exercise and Tank Players LoL. They had some really nice Baron team fights. That was definitely their objective, not the Dragon, but overall they played to their win condition really, really well.
Yeah, Pootie Tang Gang, it looked a little bit shaky for them around that last dragon, or last Infernal rather, but they pulled it back, got a couple of good picks. Unfortunately for the side of Return of the Middle Sticks, their vision game was pretty weak this game, and they weren't able to secure all of the vision that ended up losing them the Baron and subsequently the game.
Yep. We're going to take a break and be back with our next game.
And I can't remember what that game is, but let me check really quick. It is Final Boss versus Vision Gang. So we will be right back with our second and final game of the week for Week 3. So don't go anywhere. welcome back. We just saw Pootie Tang Gang take down Return of the Middle Sticks in a from-behind victory that left some of us scratching our heads because, according to Twitch chat, S-tier team loses with Infernal Soul. Lol.
Yeah, it was a rough game overall for Return of the Middle Sticks. They ended up eventually just getting outscaled and out-rotated at Baron Pit, but sometimes that's the way the dice fall.
And so, leaving that one behind, we're going to move over to the other conference, our Solari players, and check out our other match of the week, Final Boss versus Vision Gang.
We go ahead and introduce the teams on both sides. I think we've got a head start on it to the point where we won't get interrupted by invades.
All right, let's do it. On Final Boss on the blue side, we've got a Jaja Moment in the top lane on Ornn, Robert Plant in the jungle on Jarvan the Fourth, Seishi playing Cassiopeia in the mid lane, and our bot lane Pharaoh and Danny Cool 241 on Vayne and Brand.
Yes, and over on the red side, we've got Vision Gang. We have I can't move the icon.
All right, we've got Rephrium in the top lane, Shizen Zoria in the jungle on Pantheon. Oh, sorry, Rephrium's playing Renekton. Can you see the rest of them?
There we go. Yep, got it. Xandar Vestora in the mid lane on Talia, True Rage, and 2004 Lexus GX470 on Aphelios and Tom Kench.
So an interesting draft here. Obviously, Ornn and Aphelios, both of those are very, very strong champions at this point. I think, yeah, this is on 10.4, so they're still very strong. But, meanwhile, we do have the Pantheon Talia, something that a lot of people would consider to be more of a kill bot lane. But Xander Vestora has a lot of practice on the champion, and Shizen Zoria as well on Pantheon.
Yeah, I like that combo a lot, whether it's in the jungle and mid or in the bot lane. So we'll see what they are capable of pulling off.
I am also pretty, I'm excited by the brand pick here for Danny Cool 241. It's something that, well, a lot of people, it's kind of a, like, silver solo queue pick sort of champion, but we usually see him piloted to a fair degree of success in the GRLCS.
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of brand support. When I play supports and I'm trying to have a good time, I pick stuff like Lux, Brand, Vigar. I just want to do damage, so I can't say anything negative about the brand support in my bot lane here.
I can say a lot of negative things, however, I can say a lot of negative things about the brand support in the bot lane, because I hate playing against brand support.
That's believable. A lot of people do. I think that's totally fair.
Danny Cool 241 getting a fair amount of poke damage, but luckily for the bot laners of Vision Gang, they got that fancy feat, and 2004 Lexus GX470 has his gray health, so he is going to be able to heal up a fair amount of that damage.
One thing I want to highlight is this top lane matchup. Ornn being one of the most disgusting champions on 10.4, coupled with the fact that he's always been a fantastic dueling champion, regardless of the patch. I am a little worried for this Renekton, honestly. Typically, when you see the tank v bruiser matchup, the tank does kind of get bullied out a little bit. That just doesn't happen with Ornn.
And even though Rephrium is no stranger to Renekton, he is a self-professed Renekton one-trick, although his team has been putting him on Ornn duty recently, for good reason. Even he is struggling with this because, I mean, look at that. He's not winning the trade right now, and he picked himself up a Cull at the beginning, but he is going to have to get away from Robert Plant. Robert Plant does not get the flag and drag to knock up, but Rephrium is going to be able to, get a little bit of a stun, get a stun and heal off. He's going to survive. Man, that was close.
Yeah, a little close for comfort, does end up burning the flash, but it's traded for the flash of Robert Plant, and a good job on surviving that, unless he sticks around too much,
What are you
sir.
doing, man?
Oh
He
no.
goes down. Has to gets Orange Flash out of it, but really the overstay is a little bit uncomfy here.
I've got to award the first blood for this game one singular yike.
One yike, not multiple.
Not multiple, just the one.
We may get multiple later here in this game, depending on how it plays out, but Refereum does have to teleport back to lane after that unfortunate kill.
Yeah, it is difficult for him. He does have to burn the TP to get back up there, so early TP advantage for the Ornn. See if Final Boss are capable of doing anything with that.
However, even with the kill advantage that Final Boss has, they are even in gold thanks to the small gold lead, the small CS lead by True Rage, and the more significant CS lead by Refereum there in the top lane.
Yeah, Refereem up full 2 waves at 5.5 minutes. Pretty impressive. Honestly, definitely capable of farming very well on his champion, even in the midst of dueling the Forge God himself.
Speaking of dueling the Forge God, he did duel and lost that duel, so he did have to back off yet again. He's actually taking the long walk back to lane now with 3 long swords in his pocket.
I don't know if it's just because that I haven't played the champion yet and only know what it does through osmosis and champion spotlights, but watching Aphelios farm when when he has the flamethrower just feels so free. It's like old Aurelian Souls farming rotation where you just stand there
Even
and,
better,
and
it's
absorb gold.
it's having crit rocket Runan's Jinx, except without having to buy 2 items first.
Right, or having to use an excess of mana per auto attack.
Yeah, so True Rage is going to get the farm advantage here. He's about 10 ahead. That is going to even up slightly as the wave crashes, but First Dragon did go over to Vision Gang. Shaisen Zoria got that for himself early in, just a minute ago.
That will go over. Interested to see if we'll see the same rotation we got out of Return of the Middle Sticks, putting a bot lane up in the top side. It doesn't look like it's going to come from Vision Gang, as their bot lane is headed down south right now. That return will be up here in about 30 seconds.
However, we do see the back off by the bot lane of Final Boss, so possibly they could be going for it, or they could just be resetting for items, and it looks like they were just resetting for items as Brand starts taking the walk back to the bot lane. So no early Herald pressure here by either team.
Well, there is... We'll see if he places one. No, there is actually still not yet a ward in the pit either. We do see Robert Plant in the general vicinity. May end up running into Refereum here if he heads down. No, he's going to gank mid.
He is going to run into Xander of Astora instead. That is going to be the Petrifying Gaze, and now there's no more life left. Xander of Astora goes down. The Flash, Ignite, and Petrifying Gaze, all used by the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, burns everything on the side of Seishi for that kill, but to her credit, Xander of Astora dropped without being able to react. Ended up saving the Flash, knew there was no way out of that scenario. And that will give them the priority they needed on Rift Herald without moving their bottom lane.
That would be correct. Shaisen Zoria going for his red buff instead. I'm sure he can guess that they're on Rift Herald, but I think he just has to give it up. True Rage. Now, Gravitum, Chakram combo. That's actually one of my least favorites. It doesn't really offer anything except for farming up on those temporary chakrams.
Yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot for you unless you're trying to clear wave, but or you have your opponent shoved so far under tower that you can just poke them with the Chakram. But beyond that, it isn't a particularly nice gun setup, and hopefully True Rage is able to rotate off of that as quickly as possible.
And this is kind of that weak, or the kind of weird lull point that Aphelios gets. But the Weaver's Wall is going to come in. The ultimate comes out. Gravitum is going to lock up Danny Cool. Now True Rage is going to move forward, forcing away Pharaoh's Flash. Good gank there by the Taliyah.
I gotta put this out there, that was insanely clean. That root from Aphelios came in as Zandar of Astora appeared on screen into the knockback tectonic shift. There was basically no chance for Pharaoh to react to that.
And that was 2 plates taken by the Rift Herald, but now Robert Plant is in trouble. However, Xander of Astora is going to go down. True Rage does not take the kill. Lexus takes it instead. And now True Rage is back. He's got the Gravitum. 1 root comes out onto Seishi, and the Infernum is here. The flash forward, Shaisen Zoria gets the kill, and now Rephraim can move on to Jaja Moment, but he's not going to.
Really lucky for True Rage that 2004 Lexus GX470 was close enough to gobble him up there. The assassin, Ornn, almost did pick off the AD carry of Vision Gang, but it didn't end up happening. There was a nice rotation up to mid for a couple of kills.
And it was a 2-for-1. However, the 2 turret plates that went down, thanks to the Rift Herald, means that Final Boss will actually stay just a little bit ahead in the gold department. 16.7 to 16.5k.
Yeah, and timing on this dragon is ticking down, and not all members for the side of Vision Gang are in position, but they do have the mid wave shoving out that's going to keep Seishi locked there for a little bit longer.
As well, it looks like Tahm Kench is going to make it back just in time. Meanwhile, Rephraim and Jaja Moment both have their teleports available, though Xander of Astora might get picked. The flash forward and back. Rephraim, Shaisen Zoria rather, is going to get the kill, but he does lose his mid laner. Now True Rage is very much in trouble. Robert Plant takes the kill, and that's a great 2-for-1 across the map, but the ultimate comes out. Starfall is here. Shaisen Zoria gonna try and find the support. Double teleports coming out. Rephraim now down in the bot lane. Robert Plant can't find a knock-up onto the Tahm Kench, but Jaja Moment can. They're going to be able to pick up this Tahm Kench here in just a second. Pharaoh with the kill, 6-4. Final boss, 1,000 gold lead, and a dragon.
Couple of key takeaways there from that. True Rage had absolutely no clue that Robert Plant was in the bot lane, and he didn't have his Tahm Kench next to him for the potential save. As soon as he got Cataclysm, he was dead. Also, I'm not positive that 2004 Lexus GX470 wanted to blow stopwatch there, but it did end up coming through as there's a gank in the mid lane.
And Xander of Astora looks like he's going to go down for the 4th time this game. Caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Jaja Moment with the Ornn Horn is going to pick up the kill.
Is this very risky, the type of positioning Xander of Astora is going for, knowing that so many members of the enemy team are around the mid lane area? He's been ganked several times by Robert Plant, now the roam coming through from Jaja Moment.
Seems like a kind of disrespectful positioning.
Yeah, it's disrespectful, but also at the same time I understand it, because despite being a fairly wave clear heavy mage, the range on everything you're capable of, with the exception of kiting back with Q, isn't exactly easy to position for. You're not Xerath or Vigar really, so you do kind of have to sacrifice the positioning for CS, but when you know that many people are near mid lane, you kind of have to give up some things. Your life not being one of them.
Yeah, please don't give up your life for a couple of minions unless it's more than 18 of them. So it is going to be, looks like 2 turret plates, or maybe just the one. No, the second one does go down.
Yep.
True Rage and Lexus do get a little something back as Xander of Astora is clearing out this mid wave, and turret plating going down just now does mean that there will be no more turret plates left to take. I believe Final Boss came out far ahead in that one.
It definitely did. The, the Rift Herald helped with that on the mid tower, but also just advantages across the map gave them that ability.
Oh, the Petrifying Gaze is going to catch Xander Vestora. Saishi now doing a lot of damage. One more E is going to do it, and Saishi cannot. Saishi does not go down. The Starfall comes out. Shaisen Zoria is chasing, but Saishi's so much faster than him, thanks to being level 11. And now Pharaoh is going to pop the final hour. Lexus goes down again. Saishi actually takes the kill there, although Shaisen Zoria finds a snipe with the spear.
Yeah, it's difficult for Xandar of Astoria to really duel Saishi at this point, just because the burst coming out doesn't one-shot Cassiopeia, and she's got the sustained DPS coming through for her side, so if you don't kill her immediately, you're going to lose that.
This might be the one time that Rephraim can actually duel Jaja Moment, because Rephraim's level 11, Jaja Moment's still only level 10, but the double brittle proc, Jaja Moment is going to go very low. Danny Cool gonna go down. Xander Vestora picks up his second kill of the game. Shaisen Zoria, can he find a stun? He will, onto Robert Plant. True Rage is here, but he can't find an auto attack to get the Q route. Jaja Moment barely lives through that trade, but it looks like he's gonna go ahead and build out a Kindle Gem. The flash in! Rephraim shuts down the Ornn, and he's gonna live through the tower.
Yeah, that's just knowing your limits right there. Had the flash W buffer, instantly stuns Jaja Moment, kills before he's able to get an ability off, and Triumph coming through to save his life.
And Xander Vestora has reached that point where he's 2 and 6, and if he gets anywhere near Saishi, he dies. Oh.
And yet he gets anywhere near Saishi regardless.
Yeah, that's a feels bad right there.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where you fall into this mentality where you want to catch up super bad because you're not really getting that many advantages on the rest of the map, with the exception of Saishin Zoria being 3 and 0. So you know that you have to do something to shut down Cassiopeia, but it has to be a coordinated play because you cannot do it by yourself.
Now, he does have his hands on the Luden's Echo, but I think that's too little too late as the mid-turret starts to go lower and lower. Meanwhile, Pharaoh is scaling up. True Rage has finished his Essence Reaver, and Rephraim now is on the other side of Jaja Moment. He's going for a trade. He is winning out on this one, but with Brand coming in, I'm not sure how much longer this will last. Rephraim gets stunned, knocked up, bounced around. Jaja Moment with the kill.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not positive Rephraim wins that even without Danny Cool coming in, but with the help from the Brand, definitely no chance for him to live that.
Yeah, there was a potential there for like a nice slice and dice to dodge the knockup. He could have tried to outplay him and at least survived the fight and maybe forced Ornn back. But now Xander Vestora again gets into the way, but that's a 3-man Petrifying Gaze. Saishi is going to go very low, goes down finally. Xander Vestora picks up a kill and the shutdown, but that is a 2-for-1 already, and it looks like it's going to be more. A 2-for-4 is going to be the final count, and a second dragon for final boss.
Yeah, the numbers disadvantage being the undoing of Vision Gang there. Xander Vestora had a nice flash away from Robert Plant's Cataclysm, was able to pick up Saishi on the backside, but then you're facing 4 members as Tom Kinch and Talia with no cooldowns.
Oh, Rephraim gonna force Danny Cool's flash away, but meanwhile on the bot side, Danny Cool's ADC is gonna be picking up the first tower of the game.
Yep, first turret goes over. They've got the significant kill advantage. They're up about 3k gold,
About 3k gold.
And they have the dragon advantage, so things are not looking good for the early game of Vision Gang, but they do have the scaling of Aphelios to potentially rely on.
Hopefully Aphelios can scale, you know, the Pantheon. He really doesn't do that much damage as the game goes on, but his utility continues to stay the same, and at some point, Xander Vestora on this Talia should get stronger and should be able to finally start bursting Saishi down. And maybe True Rage is here to try and do something. The ultimate comes through the Moonlight Vigil. They are not going to get the knockback, but it doesn't really matter. It's still a 3-man. Oh, but now they might be able to find something. Shison Zoria not going to go down to the What? What's the name of Brand's ultimate? I just blanked. It's It's a fight though, as Rephraim goes in. He has the dominance available, not going to have to use it so far, but Lexus GX470 may have moved a little too far forward. He's not going to die, but he does have to flash. Cataclysm. No. Wait, that's Jarvan. Wait.
Pyroclasm.
Pyroclasm. There was a C. I knew there was a C.
No, you were right. You actually had a full like syllable. I wasn't even coming up with like the first letter. So.
I had like clasm. There is a CL and SM, and that was about all I had.
We got there eventually. That's all I'll say about that.
But one good pickup on the side of Vision Gang. It's going to mean that they do get a little bit more gold back into their pockets. Seishi did have another amazing Petrifying Gaze, but unfortunately, it doesn't go so well for you when you're in a 1v4 as when you are in a 5v2.
Well, and we'll get down into the bot lane. Potentially trying to catch Rephraim there. They did have Robert Plant moving into the bot side jungle, but they won't be able to grab this solo laner.
Robert Plant just on the run. True Rage is going to clear out some of the minions in this mid wave. Meanwhile, Xander Vestora going to get some poke damage, but Jaja Moment is very close to taking Final Boss's second tower of the game here.
Yeah, no one really up there to contest. Not sure that they would have been able to do anything as the tower was very, very low had they gotten there, so probably would have ended up going down eventually anyways.
Seishi is going to get the stun onto one member of Vision Gang, but he is not going to be able to find it on the second. Shison Zoria going very low. Seishi is going to get the kill onto the Pantheon, and Xander Vestora is soon to follow, potentially. Yes, the double kill in the 1v2. Seishi with the outplay.
Doing it the hard way, too. Goes after the Pantheon first, but does end up getting both, and that's a massive Ornhorn.
Giant Ornhorn. That is going to mean two members go down immediately of Vision Gang. The third may be soon to follow because Rephraim steps up a little too far, and now Pharaoh gets the ace. It's a great breakout play for Final Boss, and they are going to take their third and fourth turrets here of the game.
Yeah, all off the back of Seishi's successful 1v2, despite going down, gives her team the numbers advantage on the mid lane push, and a really nice ult coming out from Jaja Moment to secure them those 3 kills, and the next 2 towers after that.
And right now, it seems like even when Final Boss makes mistakes, they're ahead enough and their champions scale hard enough that they can still pull it out. Seishi, you know, that should have just been a pretty good pick by Shison Zoria and Xander Vestora, but Seishi was so far ahead of them that he manages to kill both of them as he dies with another good Petrifying Gaze.
Yeah, the Petrifying Gazes have been really on point for Seishi. I don't think I've seen a missed one yet.
He's hit 2 3-mans, and the one Shison Zoria barely got away. Speaking of which, the Ornhorn comes out. Weaver's Wall is also here. True Rage is caught on the wrong side of the wall. That is going to be the third Drake. It's now Soul Point 4. Final Boss. Rephraim gonna go down. Danny Cool gets the kill on that one. Lexus GX470 is gonna follow as well. Xander Vestora, what are you doing? Throwing his life away. It's a 3-for-0, a certain Baron, and Final Boss just cleans up here in the Dragon Pit.
Yeah, we're starting to see a different brand of desperation plays coming out from the side of Vision Gang. You saw Rephraim positioning aggressively after the dragon goes down. He will die, followed by Lexus GX470, and then Xander Vestora thinking that he was a lot further ahead or in maybe a different game or situation than I was watching.
And there we go. True Rage just is not even looking at his screen anymore. Another double kill comes out. Seishi doesn't even die on this one, and the Baron goes down in favor of Final Boss.
So at this point in this situation, the real only way back into the game for Vision Gang is to slow the pace of the game down as much as possible, avoid your jungle entirely, and seed your inner towers. The only thing you want to contest at this point in the game is your inhibs.
And we're learning why that is, because Rephraim steps into the middle of 3 members of Final Boss. Even though he gets Seishi very low, he's not able to pick it up, and now Brand even is unstoppable.
Yeah, it's really looking difficult. You at this point cannot walk into your own jungle. It is way too dangerous with this many members on the map to do that, and Xander Restore is finding out why.
And, yep, that's going to be... Xander Restore actually barely gets away without dying in this first one. Does get a double knockback. 2004 Lexus GX 470 is going to go down. Xander Restore soon to follow. True Rage goes down. Danny Cool dominating. And, actually, Xander lived.
Xander lived. His team may have paid for his sins, but Xandar got out. So, we take those? Question mark?
At this point, with an 11,000 gold lead, 3 dragons, Baron buff for another minute and a half, and pushing the inhibitors. Then Xander of Astora barely gets out, flashes away, Rephraim goes down. Shaisen Zoria, I don't think he even wants to try this, and I think what Vision Gang is doing right now is basically just saving as much of their KDAs as is possible.
Yeah, that's the remaining viable strategy for Vision Gang. They're going to try and wave clear out the rest of this Baron buff if they can. But as you mentioned, there's still just enough left to reset and possibly get back for one more wave, honestly.
Remember, if you can't win early, try to win late. If you can't win late, try something crazy. If something crazy doesn't work, detilt and go next. But
yep, that's the checklist.
And now Seishi is going to pick up one more ward for himself before he uses his Baron back. No, find the ward. Oh. Doesn't get that last ward.
It's doomed.
Yep, that's it. Final boss is throwing. Missed the ward.
Confirmed, not clearing vision properly.
Not clearing vision properly. What is this, a gold gang? Actually, no. This makes sense. They're against the Vision Gang. The Vision Gang should continue to have these sneaky wards, but the wards can't be all that sneaky as they start to clear out the blue side. Shaisen Zoria now going to be knocked up. The Ornhorn comes out. It is going to knock up and kill the Pantheon, and now Xander Vestora picked himself. He's going to get not quite clapped, but double kill for Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, looking for more, is going to get onto Lexus GX 470. Not long for this world as they flash forward from Seishi.
The snake goes for it. Pharaoh is going to get shut down. True Rage picks up a kill on the overextension, and that is his first kill of the game here. 1 and 5 on the Aphelios. Didn't work out so well for the bot lane of Vision Gang, and didn't even work out here under the Nexus turret. Seishi is dominating. Rephraim tries to do what he can, but that is going to be the second Nexus turret going down as Final Boss takes down the Vision Gang. Oh, here comes Pantheon. Gonna try and find the Brand, and it looks like he might be able to get him. No, not quite. Oh, the shutdown comes through before the Nexus falls.
A really clean game coming out from the side of Final Boss. They played everything that they wanted to correctly. The Ornn was honestly not as impactful as I expected it to be, but still a super powerful champion up at the top lane. Had some really nice ultimates. Standout from performance from the Cassiopeia. Basically every Petrifying Gaze except for the last flash forward just for the slow was either a multi-man stun or a 1v2 outplay. So really nice stuff there coming out from Final Boss, and I think that wraps us up for the evening.
That does, in fact, wrap us up for the evening, as Monday Night LCS is just about to start in the next couple of minutes, so we are going to be calling it quits for tonight. Tomorrow, however, is Tuesday, which means the Rexgo Dragon and Mark Hames are back with Diamond Shadow Isles Conference. So make sure to tune in then and check out the stream, but for now, it is going to be Oath and myself signing off for the evening. So everybody have a very nice night and take care.
Yep, I appreciate it. We'll see you guys around.